Bobby with trauma. He goes sad, sad time.
He can be your angle or your devil.
Give me your angle or your diva.
I thought it
I
was.
think the emphasis can go on any syllable.
I thought it was Devon.
Vaughn.
He can be your Angelica or your Devon.
Cringe, Angelica. I can only think of Hey Arnold Angelica with
For
that
real.
name.
I thought that was from Rugrats.
Angelica
Oh,
is for Rugrats.
oh shit! I fucked up.
Wow.
I get those two characters mixed up. I don't know why.
I don't even
They're
remember
not
the
the
chick
Is
same.
it
from.
just because they're both blondes, you racist?
It is. I'm
What's the
100% racism against blondes.
what's
She's
the
from
chick's
all.
Real.
name from
She's
Hey
from all
Arnold?
grown up, bro.
I think her name
What?
is like Debbie. She seems like a Debbie.
Debbie does fit that character.
Did you watch All Grown Up, bro?
I don't remember if I did or not.
I did.
Teenage Rugrats.
I, I,
Oh,
I remember the episode where what is it? Chucky's dad got like millions of dollars, and then Stu, the other, I forget the main dude's name. His dad caused his dad to go bankrupt with an investment deal. I remember that episode.
That's crazy. I love it when people make like the whole that's like, oh, here's the dark secrets from Rugrats. And I was like, this is just like normal people's shit.
yeah.
They're like, oh, they had a divorce and they had a miscarriage. It's like it's not really a dark secret. That's just like someone's intimate details that are can be assumed from the story.
Them
Yeah, but
SpongeBob ones are pretty crazy.
Dude,
it's
I
kind of
love the SpongeBob ones. SpongeBob is a reference from Dante's Inferno. I'm pretty sure he's a
Whoa,
sponge.
that one's pretty great. I was thinking the one about the Mrs. Puff is a serial killer and
Dude, I
like
love that one.
oh fucking
All the characters represent one of the seven deadly sins. That's my favorite.
oh, that
what the
sounds like a
fuck
pretty good
was
one. I
that?
don't think I've
That's
heard of
that's
that.
what the Dante's Inferno thing is.
Okay, that makes
Where
sense.
they're like, oh, it's a reference to Dante's Inferno because all the characters are a different layer of hell. Then it's like, okay, so what's Gary?
He's Sloth.
No, Patrick is Sloth. Try
Yeah,
again.
that makes sense.
Gary's Pride.
I feel like that's Squidward.
No, Pride. So Sloth is Patrick. Pride is SpongeBob. Uh, Greed is Mr. Krabs.
Does that make Gary Lust?
Yeah, Gary's like. I forget, but it's so fucking funny because they're going through all of them, and I'm laughing to myself because I was like, what if the guy that screams my leg, what if he's Pride?
It just made me
See,
think
it's
of the
all
episode
it's
where
all
like
prideful cries of my leg, not painful.
Yeah,
I
it's all
I just
lustful cries with my leg.
Lustful
uh,
cry.
I think there's like the episode where like SpongeBob like catches Gary watching TV. Like, what do you watch?
Oh no, yeah. He's like, Gary comes in, he's watching like barnacles wave around, and Gary's like, and he goes, hey, and then he switches to football,
Yeah.
and is like, yo, it's SpongeBob, you horn dog, you watching that nasty shit on the TV in the living
I mean, he
room,
lives by
crazy
himself
man.
besides Gary.
Yeah,
Bam,
but
bam, 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 bam.
yeah,
Bam, bam, bam,
I
bam.
think that's like the equivalent of watching like some girl in a bikini on like a TV show dance around. So like
Can
he's
dance, I feel.
yeah, he's like watching some bitch in a bikini like twerk her ass, and then Gary comes in. He's like, "Oh, I was watching football." Gary's like, "I know your ass ain't watching no football."
Have you found the right game room?
Dude.
WWD Arcane Tower.
WWE Hot Himbos. That's my
Raw.
favorite.
Hot Himbos, Raw.
Oh,
This Sunday.
dude.
You can pay
Hell
for the whole seat,
yeah.
but you only need the edge.
I'm edgy. You know what? Never mind.
Edging to Himbos this Sunday.
Me when I'm like I've been crawling through the desert and I'm completely out of sustenance. There's a sign that says water 1 mile and then the himbos 700 miles, and then I take the himbos around.
The crossroad image.
Yeah. Me stuffing my face into a himbo and drinking the sustenance.
Drinking the sustenance.
His
Himbo
beautiful
sustenance.
his beautiful soft pecs nourishing me. Thank you. I was gonna die.
He's like my own Christian Grey flavored popsicle.
Ugh, his body is so fluffy, but he's so
All right.
strong.
So, as you guys are shoveling the gold into the chests, with your detect magic still going, all of you see a set of splint armor that seems to be enchanted. It's kind of like half buried into the sand. Let's see. Then you also find close by it a sword with very beautiful filigree going down the blade and the handle. It has a very large tourmaline pommel. It looks almost ceremonial, but it is a fully functioning sword and probably the most well-crafted sword you've ever seen in your life. And then I need everyone to make perception checks, please.
Perception.
Pretty sword. Where's mine? There we go. I forgot I named my character this.
10.
I'm so funny. Perception. Do. 17. I perceive like a motherfucker.
All right.
Nice.
19 with Charles helping, if that counts.
Charles always hopes.
Yeah, he's a flying monkey. Maybe this is why it takes forever to load. I'm gonna try deleting all of these.
Trying to find
Good.
Da-da-da-da-da.
some decent background audio.
Just play the Legend of Zelda chest open theme like 100 times.
Just have it on
That would
spam.
get painful.
Just the Mario coin sound. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. As as the mound of gold is getting smaller and smaller, both Olive and John notice a small metal box that kind of reveals itself embedded in the pile as it's starting to collapse, with it being shoveled at the edges into chests.
Grab
It is... Who's going for it?
I'll go for it.
Charles.
Charles goes for it.
All right. The monkey goes and picks it up. Flies back over to John and drops it in your hands. This is a small metal box that is about the size of a deck of cards.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Quick, open it. Pick a card.
Yeah, I'll open the deck of card box.
It seems to be magically protected. You find yourself unable to pull the cards out to look at them, and you feel compelled to verbally declare how many that you will draw. And after a skim over it, you count 62 cards in total.
Oh, Jesus.
Are those like trick playing cards or something?
Oh, that's the new Magic the Gathering set they came out with.
Oh shit! Dude, if there's any blues, I gotta have them. I'm making a pack.
Not another fucking Ravnica expansion.
Filthy blue players.
I'm just a blue. I'm
But I love the
Mama
Ravnica
die.
expansions.
Oh, fuck.
I'm doing a blue-green pack.
So you guys have on top of the other stuff you have already found, there's also a gold cup set that is encrusted with emeralds, 2 gold jewelry boxes with platinum filigree, and 2 bejeweled ivory drinking horns with gold filigree.
Can I get you to type that down somewhere?
Oops.
You get like a loose.
What's filigree?
Filigree is like etching.
Yeah, I was just about to say, isn't it like
Edging?
it's
It's-
like ivory plates with gold etching. That's
It's-
like gold filigree.
Yeah, it's like carved in detail into metalwork that's like filled in with valuable metal.
Got it.
So like it's elaborate and decorative.
It's filler but fancy.
Yeah. And then I have the stuff that the monetary value and gem stuff tracked for what's in the 4 trunks. And then you guys have that splint armor that you found, the sword, and the deck. You guys are free to do whatever you guys want.
Can I look over the sword and like I guess I'm trying to see if it's like magical in any sense, because it looks obviously ceremonial, and a lot of like ceremony weapons are usually magical in nature or like have some sort of caveat to them that'll do that.
As you go over to the sword and you start to get closer to it, you hear it give off a barely audible hum, and with your detect magic still going on, it is very magical. It is powerfully enchanted.
Okay, so it's a powerful enchantment. That's the school of magic.
Yes.
Okay.
It belongs in a museum.
Because I don't know if it might be connected to something a while back. Would this happen? Like, cause I remember there was some sort of ceremony vision thing that I had in like Once Upon a Time. Could this sword be part of that? Like, could I roll to see if that was something that was in that vision?
Make a history check.
She's like going over this sword. She's like, yeah,
5,
that shit
unless I have
hums.
advantage.
Magic sword.
I'll give you advantage for no other reason than it was your own vision and you remember it pretty clearly because it's the most direct communication you've ever had from your patron before. You remember that ceremony was specifically for the goblin deity. And the way that this sword is designed, it's like a traditional longsword that probably is somewhere in between human, elven, and dwarvish. Like almost an amalgamation of all of those general crafting methods, so it is unrelated.
If we're downtiming here to like continuously send stuff to Hawkins, like I'm pretty sure we could just send stuff to him to be identified.
Just so I can have that moment where in character, you know, it's just like he makes a slip of mention. I'd say John would probably be close enough to hear him just go like, yeah, damn, that's not the thing from my vision from what was it, Jubilex? Yeah. He just whispered that under his breath.
John, you hear him mention Jubilex, and the hairs on the back of your neck stick up as you remember that is a pretty
It's like
evil entity.
You're just like, what did you say? Are you talking about the demon guy?
We talking about demons now? Is it
Yeah,
a demon sword?
He said
No,
something
no,
about
it's
like,
not a demon sword. It's
Okay, cool.
he sounded
'Cause it is-
upset that it wasn't a demon sword though. So what's the deal with that?
Hey, I mean, demon swords can fetch a pretty penny. That's you know. Maybe
Well,
you
I
wanted to
mean,
sell
like,
it?
once upon a time, I had a vision from you know, he points to his gun that has like the eye on it, the patron that I have, and it was some sacrifice ritual ceremony type thing, and I thought that blade might have been related, but no, it's not.
Is it like to avoid the sacrifice? And she like slowly puts the sword behind her back.
The
Well, no,
vision was
it wasn't part of my thing.
very negative because you were essentially told to destroy the ritual. And that's what you remember the direction of your vision emotionally, like how you felt about it.
Well, I don't personally have identify, but Hawkins would be able to tell us what things do. We are already sending him gold. It wouldn't be too much room to throw a thing or two in.
Is it
and
even
have him deliver
small
it
enough
back.
to fit in the box?
Yeah, it is a pretty big sword.
It's a 3x3x3 box.
It'll fit in there
Okay.
for sure. Are you picking it up?
Yeah, big. You want the sword? She'll like pick it up and hand it to him.
As you pick it up, you hear in the back of your mind, "Hello,
Oh,
tell me your best joke."
Just throws it like, ah!
she's gripping onto it for a second. She goes, a joke?
Yes, your best joke.
Every time I hear Olive's voice, it just
Okay.
makes me think of Ash Ketchum.
Okay. All right. Knock knock.
Ooh, I like these. Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow who? That's okay. That's pretty good.
See, yeah,
That's pretty
you don't
good.
expect it.
What's your name?
My name? Um, my name's Olive.
Oh, that's a nice name. What what do you know of the arts?
The arts?
Of comedy, of theater?
Well, I actually used to work as a, well, work in quotations, really. I used to help out with prop design, when I was younger at our theater troupe. I'm more of a tinkerer rather than a performer, actually. I'm not too good on the stage myself.
Are you saying this stuff out loud?
I mean, yeah, she's unless they're like speaking telepathically, she's just kind of like saying it out loud.
The sword is speaking to you telepathically.
Okay, then I think she would be responding telepathically.
Okay.
She usually likes to meet people where they're at.
Does she know
Alright.
how to do
I mean, she just kind of think in her own head, so she assumes that's how you do it.
I mean, I think
The
we've seen weirder stuff than people talk to themselves.
Yeah.
as Olive goes to pick up the sword, you both see her pick it up and kind of jolt, and then she just starts looking at it for about like a minute in complete silence.
You see her like expression change like every so often.
Just looked at
Okay,
John.
okay.
She might be having a stroke.
The with her, whenever she was like checking stuff out for magic, the boxes and cups and stuff, are those like magical?
No, they are not magical.
Okay. Was the clockwork ring something we already had, or is that something else we got?
That's a thing that you got. And that is also everything except for the deck of cards appears magical. The deck of cards, when the metal box is opened, it appears magical, but when it's sealed, it is not.
Okay, okay.
The deck of cards also has a much more powerful enchantment on it than the sword. And it has multiple types of, or multiple schools of magic.
It's got a rainbow of
in
magic
one.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't use heavy armor, so like whoever can use this is more than welcome to it. I
I
think
wonder if I can. Hold on. Yeah, I can use heavy armor. Cool.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I think you're
But
the
I'm
only
also
person
talking to
that
the
can-
sword right now. Give me a second.
I think you're the only person that can also wear the armor, because I don't know Ajax can wear armor either.
I can
don't
wear heavy because it took a invocation or something like that, or I think Hexblade allows me to have something like that.
Yeah, Hexblade.
It also seems to have a slight hum to it. Ooh, cool.
Yeah, so the armor, Ajax and her can figure that out, that and the sword out. I don't think John really cares about the sword.
Yeah.
At the most he cares about it as like an artifact to like put in a museum or something.
Do you want the armor? Or do you want? Are you cool
No,
if I
no,
take it?
you can have it. I have an 18
Okay.
in my AC already.
All right, so it's a 17. Is that +2 the like magical +2?
Yes, it is a magical +2, so that is 19.
Oh, poggers! 19 AC, baby. We climb in the rope of invulnerability.
So the only things left is the sword that's talking to her, the clockwork ring, and then these deck of cards. The deck of cards.
You have embroidered gloves, a circlet that has a strange shape, and
okay.
a small orb as well. Bow, bow, bow.
Okay.
Let's see. So I wrote some stuff down. I have a strange cog, These gloves are fingerless, have a beautiful pattern of fire sewn into them. Strange
That strange
circlet, black
cog
orb.
is the clockwork ring.
Okay. Conga ring and strange etchings. And I also have a big diamond and 2 rubies and sapphires. Yippee!
The small, like especially these small ones, I'm down to just to get them identified. The sword, it's kind of just up to whoever, because I don't like that one's more of like a random big item.
Yeah. I'm cool. I'm cool
The
with having like
sword will continue after you give that kind of backstory. It will respond, what an impressive repertoire. I think I like you. You can wield me if you like.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Are you like? Do you live in the sword, or are you the actual sword?
Live in the sword. I am the sword.
Oh, that's sick. That's really cool, actually. I've never met a living sword before.
Well, I really haven't seen my family in quite a long time, so they might be very rare.
Oh, you have like a family? Are they also like enchanted weapons?
Yes.
That is one of the coolest things I've ever heard, dude. Like, not even joking with you right now.
No, he's from the
Thank you.
solar universe.
I'm glad someone finally has recognized my brilliance.
It's a Scalbert. No.
That's so cool. Hey, if you want, I can like try and help you find some of your family, depending on where they are. I mean, you were in a Blue Dragon cave, so I can only imagine if your family is as cool as you, they're probably in more dragon caves.
We
I
can check the
hated
green.
that dragon.
We can check the green dragon cave.
The green dragon, we find like a knife that's also enchanted.
It's a butter knife with a little diamond pommel.
Real.
It's like the combat spork. It's like the 4-foot
Combat
spork.
That's crazy. It's like she kind of like furrows her brow and she's like, what exactly can he do? Are you just like a normal sword? Cause like I'm cool with a normal sword.
Normal
Like,
sword. I'm quite a powerful weapon.
oh, cool. What kind of things do you do?
You will discover them in time.
Oh, you cheeky. I like you. Can't reveal the secret right at the first act, huh?
Then it's boring.
Exactly.
I think John will like put the deck of cards like in a pouch to the side for now, and then
Word.
I don't know. I think the first thing I'm like super interested in is either the circlet or the orb kind of thing. I don't know. What is Ajax drawn to out of the items?
It would probably be the
Ponder the
strange
orb.
orb, if anything, I guess.
All
Okay.
of these items, except for the deck of cards, require attunement. Or I think also the armor does not require attunement. But if you guys want to spend the time to attune to them, you will learn what they do.
Okay.
Except for the sword, because the sword is a dick about it.
Let's say, I think
You will learn stuff about the sword, just not everything.
the first hour John would attune to the gloves.
All right.
If Ajax wants to do the orb.
Yeah.
Can I do the sword? Can I tune to the sword?
Yes.
Also,
she before she starts attuning, she's like, don't worry guys, I got a handle on the sword. He's chill.
while
She tells you that a sword is chill and calls it he.
Don't worry, my weapon talks to me sometimes too.
I just imagine it's like Hawkins talking about his car, giving it like random honorifics.
The gloves are the vigorous gloves of falling stars. The bearer gains a +1 bonus to strength saving throws, and the gloves contain an unreplenishable charge of scorching ray.
Oh wow.
Meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
He's like,
What
wonder
was
if
the
I-
item Ajax was attuning to?
The
Orb.
small orb.
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 But also
Okay.
while we were
Oh,
attuning to
I got a
him,
follower.
because he came from my stream to go to yours. Dead
Eh.
Oh,
man.
nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
While we were attuning, since he mentioned knowing something about Jubilex, because Ajax, because we never went into detail, he probably wouldn't know a lot about Jubilex besides what he was shown and a few other things. So he would, like, while attuning, talk to John about wanting to know what he knows about Jubilex.
Oh, sure.
That
Let's see
fucking
how
ball.
much. Let's see how much John knows, like thoroughly. Okay. He just starts going through a ton of things about it. Just starts giving him like a dissertation on demon lords.
Bruce, it's funny you should ask. It whips out like a 40-page novel, like out of his bag, starts thumbing through it.
So it's like, okay, here's my dissertation about demon lords.
Yeah, it's like
Demon Lords Chapter 1.
all of his studies are abyssals, celestials, and infernals, like creatures. So it's like, here you go.
Bro,
Okay.
this small orb.
The
from-
orb. The orb is is called Silent Orb of the Reaper. The bearer gains a +1 bonus to dexterity stealth checks, and you have advantage on death saving throws.
The orb
That's
is
cool.
goated in the fucking sauce, man.
With you attuning to the sword, it is a +3 long sword, 1d8 versatile.
Crazy, bro.
+3?
You guys rolled so fucking high last session. I can't believe it.
Give me my plus. You said it was a +3.
It
sword?
also it seems
sword, yeah.
it's a 1d8 1d10 versatile. It seems to have a power that will reveal itself when it is first possible to use it. So basically whenever you come into a event,
It is a mouse tool.
yeah, whenever something happens that triggers the ability, I will have it trigger automatically, and then you'll learn how it works.
Yeah,
Oh,
its
okay.
ability is mouse tool. It just ran.
Is it strength based, yeah, or is it can it be dex?
I think it's.
Right.
I think long swords
Either or.
are versatile.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
versatile.
Okay.
I think
1d8 if you do it one-handed, and a d10 if you two-hand it. But if you two-hand it, it has to be strength.
Yeah, okay. 1d10. I'm just doing strength anyway.
Cool.
It's just a flat 1d10 or 1d8, yeah.
1d8 with one hand, 1d10 with two hands.
Yeah. There's no like additives to it.
The +3, but
That's true. Plus strength.
you learn its name is the last quip, and it is chaotic neutral.
Okay, cool. The last whip.
+1 to dex.
All right. I think I'm gonna go for the circlet next.
All right.
I can work with chaotic neutral.
Whoops.
That's A-okay. Cool sword, yippee! The +9 to hit. Let's go.
And then if he's doing the circlet, if nobody else wants the ring, I'll do the ring.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what they do.
The circlet is the leaping circlet of the labyrinth. It contains 2 unreplenishable charges of the jump spell, and when you are in the plane of air, you can navigate the labyrinth of wind intuitively, and it knows the path to the nearest earth moat within 60 miles.
Okay. I don't really know what that means. Jump is okay, I guess.
On
Yeah.
to the ring.
The ring is called the Sojourner's Ring of Gears. A poem, or actually, I've decided that I need to change that. A map that oops. A map that describes a long forgotten treasure is etched onto the surface.
How to
And
fix that?
when you're on the plane of Mechanicus, the bearer gains advantage on saving throws against imposing order.
Plane of mechanic. What the fuck?
That's Mechanus.
Mechanus. Mechanicus is better. I'm using Mechanicus.
Mechanicus.
I'm Mechanicus.
There's like an extra canic in there.
Mechanicus.
Mechanus is how it's
Mechanus.
spelled. It's spelled Mechanus.
Good. I have dyslexia. Thanks for letting me
Same.
know. How do you actually spell it?
It's no. I'm just saying like the word is spelled Mechanus. I think it's spelled
Oh,
right. I just
okay.
thought I was just commenting that it says
Cool.
Mechanus.
Cool. Okay. I was like, oh shit, did I spell it wrong? I thought I copy pasted all that information.
No, you did. It's just spelled Mechanus, which is funny to me.
That is humorous. All right. You guys learned what those 4 items are. You learned the name of the sword and what it does a bit. You got the splint armor. And John put the deck of cards away in his pocket. And you're shipping the valuables, the gold, the gems, and I'm gonna assume those random like art pieces that I put in chat in the boxes as well. Send them to Hawkins.
Yeah, it seems like the best way to go about that. And then if anyone wants to use gloves or whatever, they can use them. I don't think I can. Oh, like strength saves is like okay, but I don't think I'll need the jump spell
I mean,
either.
I'm good with the 2 things that I got.
I'll take the circlet if no one wants that.
Yeah, you can have it, and then
You should also find the handouts at the top of the journal, which I believe are. Am I the only one that can drag those around?
yeah.
I mean, no, we can click on them and open them.
You mean just drag it like the place that they are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like if you want to put them in the random item folder, you would have to drag them there.
I want you guys to be able to put them in your item journals.
I don't think we can do that no matter what. I think you have to
Okay.
do that.
Can't
Cool.
do that.
Orb goes to Ajax.
Yeah.
Splint goes
The gloves will give
to
somebody
Olive.
strength saving throws if they can
Deck of
use
cards
that.
goes
And then
the last one goes to Olive. Who's getting the ring? Or is it going to Hawkins?
I mean, John likes maps, but that's the only reason he would be interested in it. So
Cool.
if anyone has the map, like if he can just write the map down, he would just get rid of it.
I mean, I'll let you write the map down, but I want to keep the ring if possible.
You can get a
Yeah.
line from it, but you can't get any details.
That's fine. If
So
he's
you would
wearing
want
it,
to
I can
have the
just.
ring on you to.
He has it, so I can just ask him. He'll be around.
Mm. Who's getting the gloves?
I'm currently attuned to them, so if no one's using them, I'll just keep them
Okay.
until next time or whatever.
Circle it. All of wanted.
My guy will just have fingers, gloves, and a deck of cards. It'll be fine. The Ring of Gears. Good. Yeah, you got it. Cool.
Would I know what an Earth mote is?
Make an Arcana check. What's your background?
She's from John's Tower, so I have no idea.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm from a jacket. I don't know.
She could literally be from any plane.
Yeah, you can still hardcore develop a backstory or lightcore to figure out what your character may or may not know. Let's see.
What if I'm just a plane hopper? That's just my dues.
If you're a plane hopper, then you would know what that is.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
That's why I'm so high level. I've been hopping planes.
Yeah.
Yippee.
Because the tower that leads to John's jacket's just like in the astral seas, so like every plane leads to it.
Yeah, that's like the Astral Sea is just like her base of operations.
An earth moat is a piece of land that, due to the influence of magic, float above the earth. Despite their appearance, they are durable and stable as any
They're the
piece
only
of land
they're the
in
only
the ground.
land in the plane of air, so it lets us not be floating in air.
Oh, sweet. So if we ever get like stuck in the airplane, I can be like, all right, guys, I'll go look for a moat. BRB.
Yeah.
Whee!
With that religion roll for Jubilex, you would start to explain to Ajax that Jubilex is actually not even a god, though he claims to be. Jubilex is kind of usually doesn't have human followers. It's Jubilex tends to pay less attention to his human followers and pays more attention to the slimes that he controls. Most of the cults associated with Jubilex have usually been involved in some sort of local terrorism and attempted apocalypse instigation. So seemingly a track record of just utter destruction and chaos.
Oh, okay. I got this. Is a handout.
Damn, that's a lot of words.
Too bad I'm not reading them.
Says Jubilex isn't just a demon lord, he's the inevitable decay of all that befalls all things. Doctrine of these wizards. He represents the end of all matter and meaning and primal chaos. He seeks to eat everything.
I'll say Ajax probably wouldn't have known all this like extra details besides what like a little bit he was told from Jubilex. And then upon hearing this, he'd probably be like, you know, kind of just thinking about it for a little bit.
Yeah. He is fundamentally the death of the universe incarnated.
That's kind of cool.
Man, Olive seems down for anything.
Listen, man, I'm here for a fun time, not a long time.
I'm getting,
That's
Clear.
true. Gnomes do have pretty short lifespans.
I'm getting heavy like.
I thought gnomes were like pretty long. They're like 500, right?
Well, I mean, in comparison to lifespans on average of longest to shortest, they're low.
Just 'cause-
Coming from a human perspective.
Just 'cause the
From a
dirty
human
elves-
perspective, absolutely, it's long.
Just because the dirty elves can live like for 5,000 years doesn't mean we have to set them to the average.
Listen, I'd rather live like an extra 100 years over like 1,000 years.
I mean, you
'Cause,
guys don't know
like,
how long dragons live.
Dragons aren't people.
They're conscious beings.
It sounds so racist.
It
These
is
are
so
people.
racist.
They aren't. They literally aren't. I can't target them with humanoid spells.
You can if they polymorph.
Now that's true.
Can you?
Yeah,
could be the
I
same.
would
become a
absolutely
humanoid.
let that happen.
Yeah.
I
If
mean-
bitch wants to be like 5 feet tall, bitch is gonna get hit with a humanoid spell.
Dominates person or dragon.
Real. So real.
It breaks its own concentration on polymorph to break your concentration on
No, it can't
dominate
because the
person.
spell's already affecting you. So
He's
Oh, is
already
it
dominated.
because it doesn't remove the target.
Okay, yeah. That's fair.
I'll
Shit,
dominate
man.
person and then I'll dominate
I just
the
got
dragon.
outplayed in a theoretical situation. Oh my god, whatever will I do?
Yeah.
So,
gotta-
Rocks fall on the party, everyone dies.
Yeah, the stack order makes it so that the spell goes off first, and then
He literally
Jen,
put up his finger and went, actually.
What were you trying to say, Final?
I was gonna say, after thinking about it for a little while, like say we were getting through all the gold and stuff, after hearing that, Ajax would have went to John and be like, so, you know, going into the pact, I didn't know none of this, but is there a way that you could help me break free of this?
we can ask in the morning.
What's the name of this again? I
Jubilex.
Jubilex. She's gonna telepathically try to commune with the sword again. And she'll be like, "Do you know a Jubilex by chance?" If not, that's chill.
It just made me think of the scene from like Dr. Horrible Sing Along blog where she's like, "You mean the thoroughbred of sin?"
Dude, Thoroughbred of Sin is
Uh,
such a baller name.
That does sound like I have no clue what you're talking about, but that's an epic name.
That name actually slaps.
It's like
the
two
main
and a half names
character-
in one.
The main character wants to be a evil person and is like talking to someone like it's a normal goal, and then like forgets. She's just like, "I just want to be one of the greats, like Bad Horse," and they're like, "The thoroughbred of sin."
Yeah, that's the
The sword, after hearing the name Jubilex, will say, "Ugh, I do loathe that being. It's such an artless, boil-brained boar pig."
Yeah, he sounds cool on paper, but like, I think in practice would be kind of a dick.
Yeah, he's just not
The
very chill about
spleeny,
it.
multi-minded minnow,
Jeez,
bobbing elf-skinned flap dragon.
flap dragon.
it continues on with 3 or 4 more
just roasting
large named insults towards this entity.
It's just
She's
hurling
eating it up.
Monty Python insults.
It will then say, what do you want to know about it?
Did she repeat the names out loud?
She's not saying
She hasn't
anything.
been so far.
Yeah. She looks at the sword and she's like, like, well, what do you know about him? Like, what's like the tea on that?
Well, he's self-absorbed in his slimy nature. He kind of just hangs out in his slimy palace, and he plots for the slimy end of all things.
He seems rather slimy.
Moist.
Quite disgusting, honestly. It's honestly so crass, I really couldn't.
That's why he's so angry all the time. He's always moist.
Really? I'd be pissed if I was like semi-wet all the time.
You know, I've never really thought about it because I'm a sword, but I think I would be as well.
I think we're all wet inside.
Yeah, my bones are wet.
Hawkins would have something to say about that.
I
He has oil.
Isn't his brain constantly wet? The only thing that's left of him?
He has to water his brain.
She's like, oh, so wait, like you don't need to be like oiled or cleaned or anything? Like, are you that kind of magic sword?
Well, I assume most magic swords don't need real treatment of oil and cleaning, though. With the previous owner, I feel like the closest equivalent we got was like a day at the spa is what being cleaned and having oil applied feels like for me.
It seems
okay.
It seems like polishing a sentient sword. It sounds like an awkward experience.
So, like, I just wanted to know if I had to like get some like maintenance on you, because like I wouldn't want you to like rust or anything, but like, you know, it's not like I'm gonna leave like viscera on you all the time.
I appreciate the sentiment. It is it's not really needed, but your care is noted.
All right, so
and I respect that.
With Ajax's request, I think John gives him like a couple options. Because like we can wait until the morning, and I can cast divination for you, so you can contact either my god or maybe Jubilix themselves. The other option is we can just give you like a basic normal spirit like tarot reading, and then the third option is we can try this new deck of cards.
I love decks of cards. They're so fun to play
we
with.
could try option C and see what the fuck happens.
I'd love to watch one of you just disappear.
I mean, I have a backup. Just in case.
Don't worry, if I disappear, I'm used to just like jetting off into different planes of existence.
What does John know about this deck of cards? Can I roll a thing for that?
Sorry, say that again. It roboted for me.
What can John roll a thing to try to figure out anything about these deck of cards, or if he's heard something about it?
Sure. Make a history check for remembering. Make an arcana check to like try to make an educated guess while studying it.
All right, I'll do arcana because I am somebody that uses cards as an arcane focus. Double that.
Whoa!
Yikes!
12s with the double nat one.
double onesies.
From what Olive told you about how it's a very powerful enchantment of multiple schools, you honestly have no idea what this possibly could be, though it is fascinating to you.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a pot of greed.
Well,
Okay.
To
So
I
the
you,
summon.
so you want 2 cards then?
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
if you're going to be drawing a card, you are magically compelled to verbally declare how many cards you will draw.
All right. Am I
Because-
allowed to draw them on the behalf of other people?
No.
On this point, at this point, let's go full fucking tilt and go strong at the gate. I want
What
10,
the fuck?
10 cards.
10
That's
cards.
a lot of cards.
That's a lot of cards. I don't think I would let you draw that many cards.
My brother in whatever god you follow. It's a lot of cards for something that's seriously magical, and most of these have different like schools of magic attached to them.
Don't worry, I'm trying to top deck Exodia.
No, 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 no. You can't pull Exodia. All you'll pull is a demon
Roll a
that'll eat your face
D100.
off.
41.
This card has an image of a hooded figure holding a dagger. It is
Oh.
called
Whoa.
Rogue. It
Okay.
fizzles out
I'm pretty sure
and
if he
disappears
if he tried to declare 10 cards, John would have shut the deck.
immediately.
Yeah. I'd be like, whoa, calm down, bro.
Look, man,
Oh.
you gotta go full tilt sometimes for radical results.
It fizzles out into oblivion, and you don't really notice anything happen. Hawkins or John then closes the deck box and takes the deck from you.
Wait, what card did you pull?
Would I have been able to read what was on the card, or did it fizz out too fast?
Yeah, it fizzled out. But you got a you have the picture clearly and the name.
It was called the Rogue. It had like a hooded figure, and then it kind of just poof dissipated.
Yeah. Like, this.
Would she know at all what that would have been?
Make a Arcana check. This will be a pretty
I will
high
help.
DC.
I'll just help.
Okay. Advantage. 17.
It'd probably been better to go the other way.
Also, with you closing the thing, I would have been like, "Hey, I wasn't done drawing my cards."
Well, well, in general, I wasn't actually trying to give you the deck yet. I was just giving you the option of drawing cards.
You put a deck in front of me. I'm gonna draw cards.
I'm done. I pulled a white knight. My browser history's erased.
All right. As the sorry, I'm a bit distracted because I had to make notes of a couple of things. With a 17, you have a vague recollection of magical decks of cards. A lot of the ones you are thinking of have a very specific theme or serve a specific purpose. but you're not really remembering anything that has to do with something this powerful.
Can I?
Upon like seeing the first card and like the nature of how it's working so far, I'm gonna use the history option instead of the arcana, if that's okay.
Okay.
Can I above game
Um,
make an educated guess on what this card does?
absolutely.
I'm gonna assume there's an assassin after me now. That's what I'm gonna assume.
It's possible.
It is possible. You recall a single entry in a book about legendary magical objects. There is a specific entry that mentions decks of cards, but you do not remember what entry had to say, but you do remember the title of the book.
Okay. I definitely would say to Ajax, I get that you're excited and you're trying to grasp at straws. That's probably what led you to Jublex in the first place. But when given the option of how many to draw, you can just say 1 10 times. You don't have to say 10 at once.
Yeah, this isn't like a magic Costco. Like you don't have to buy in bulk.
Sometimes you gotta buy in bulk to get the best sales.
That literally the
Ajax,
results will be
you
the exact
feel
same both times.
Ajax, you feel an itch start to form in the lower back half of your mind. You want to draw another card. You need to draw another card. It's not a strong urge yet, but it's an itch that exists in the back of your mind.
Someone get the Narcan. He's gonna get addicted. Ruh-roh.
Can we just say it becomes like a kind of full-on? I'm compelled to go draw another card.
He's like, can we speed this up a little
That's
bit?
not how it feels right now. You can imagine that it will progress to that at some point, but you can tell everybody if you want.
Yeah, I'd make sure to tell them that there's some like could feel something eating away at the back of my mind, telling me to draw another card.
That makes me feel like you should draw even less cards.
I think he's gonna have to draw 9 more cards. Which, out of 62, you've chosen like a sixth of the deck. That's a lot of cards, dude.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if this was because he cut me off after I said I wanted to draw 10?
Sure.
All right. I mean, like, in character, I never actually handed him the cards whenever he said
Right.
You just decided that he had them randomly. So that's why I was like, no, I would, if you told me that, I would have said no and not even given them to you.
Well, I assumed you're holding the box out for me to be able to draw them.
No, I was just going to do a tarot reading for you, like any normal thing that I do.
Bro, she's like, she thinks to herself, I turn away for 1 second to talk to my sword, and this bitch opens up the holy grail of magical items.
Yeah.
The holy grail of magical items.
We were trying to pull one card out, and he just declared 10 instead of 1.
Nobody ever put.
Okay.
Nobody put a hard limit.
So,
No one ever said that you had them yet either, but you still somehow got them.
with a 12, you feel pretty confident that the deck being taken from you, or at least the fact that it's not in your immediate possession, is what is causing this itch.
Bro's got the like the crackhead itch.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like scratching at his arms, his head's twitching.
Upon
You
knowing
That's
you
what he gets
know
for
that
drawing
if
shit out of other
you know
people's
that if you
hands.
got the deck of cards in your hands, you would still have the urge to draw a card, but it wouldn't immediately progress if you were holding it. It would essentially just like kind of satiate it a bit.
Okay. Upon learning that, I would relay that to John.
Sounds like you should have been more patient and asked before just grabbing stuff out of my hand.
I'm just giving you a warning of the feeling that I'm having now.
Right. I'm just telling you
some
that
magical-
strange feelings happen whenever you try to steal things out of people's hands.
You offered it an option C. I don't know what you.
Yeah, but you didn't ask any other questions. You just started trying to draw. So
It's also option
that's
C.
on you.
You kind of skipped over A and B pretty quickly.
I was proposing options and you jumped the gun. So this is all your fault.
I mean, you laid out options and you said, "Oh, which one of these would you like?"
Yeah, but it like in my options, I never even pulled the deck of cards out yet. So obviously you reached into my belt and drew these cards. So that's your fault.
Okay, we will say, for the purposes of this, you pulled out the cards C and the other tarot deck, and like some spell components or some random bullshit to like have a physical representation of option A, B, and C, and then through this miscommunication or misinterpretation, he just grabbed it and started sent out
Alright.
and drew a card.
All right, he grabbed the wrong deck.
No, we're not.
I sleight of handed it. It's
go
19.
Schnagle through
It's
that. So
The other ones are also
what would
tarot
you guys like to do? You are still in the dragon's lair.
Time to let
The
go.
chests have been sent to Hawkins. You guys pretty much like hung out in there for like what, 6 to 8 hours to do all the spells that had to be cast for the fortunes.
No.
Oh, days. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it said it was gonna be like a week.
He can only do 2 boxes a day. So it's based on how much gold
Okay.
and stuff's there.
Cool. You could fit it all in 2 boxes,
Okay.
3x3.
But yeah, then from there, I think I'm like out of most of my stuff, other than like a couple spell slots. Like I have like some 3s and 2s, but all my high level spell slots are gone after banishing the dragon.
I've still got some spells left, but not a bunch. I've got about half left actually.
All right.
You guys
Now
can
that I
walk
think
this
about
if
it.
you want. You reckon it'll
Yeah.
be pretty safe to rest in a place that most other creatures know good and well not to go into.
Alright.
I need the top knuckle of Ajax's left hand.
Oliver's gonna telepathically ask the sword if it eats anything. Or if it needs any sustenance of any kind.
You know, I've heard of swords that require feeding of some sort, though I've never had that experience. I don't exactly understand what hunger feels like.
Well, that's good, because sometimes it, like, hurts my tummy. if I get hungry too long, I get like a cold pit feeling in my gut.
Well, that must be very uncomfortable, honestly.
Yeah, sometimes, but I mean, I'm pretty good at keeping up my eating, so it doesn't happen often. Plus, sometimes I could just
Good.
magically give myself food. It doesn't taste too great, but like it's better than not eating.
If
I
you
guess
ever
that
get
makes sense.
tired
Yeah,
of
I'm just
listening to
glad you
this,
don't like require the blood of the innocent to work, because I mean,
Oh, that would be just dreadful, wouldn't it?
yeah, that would be kind of like kind of ironic actually, but you know.
it's probably a good thing John didn't pick up the sword. The sword can't talk to John.
You just see her like
Oh, I didn't
staring at
even
the
think
sword
about that.
sometimes.
Yeah.
That's actually oh yeah, because of the ring, not because of the
Yeah.
other thing. Okay, yeah.
It has to ask consent to talk to me.
Yeah, you guys take a long rest if you want to.
She's gonna wrap up the sword in like a little blankie.
Oops. No,
Thank
don't
you
do
for
that.
this magic sword. Dude, I love tourmaline too, so this is baller.
All right. What would you guys like to do? The day is yours.
I wanna ask the sword like, where did you come from? Like what kind of were you like brought to life by like a wizard or something?
Before we went to bed last night, I'm going to pray to my God to send visions to Ajax.
What kind of visions? Any
Just whatever
Just-
she feels that he's fated to deserve.
and which god is your god?
It's just the God of fate.
Okay.
Get flashbanged in a fucking dream to a vision.
That's what you deserve.
That's what you deserve. That's fucking good.
Let's hope
You're
that
the 14.
let's hope
Oh,
that the
no.
mind flare rogue that is now after us doesn't come and just tickle your butthole during the night.
Oh, it'd be
Oh
good
no,
after you,
please
not
don't
me,
do
but
that. Don't do that to me, never.
it's your cards, not after us.
I mean, we don't know what the card actually does.
Yeah, I know. So you're just making up stuff.
I
So
know.
Why are
if
you thinking
you're
about a guy
Everything's
tickling
a
my butthole?
hypothetical.
yeah, so in your hypothetical, you're lumping me in with you, but you drew the card, so I don't have to lump myself with you. I could just abandon you. We're not on my home plane. I can cast banishment on myself at any time.
Senses. I can just willingly banish myself.
Yeah.
We can just leave you here, you dork. Shit, kid, that's so funny.
We'll leave you with the dwarf.
Wouldn't you like that, huh? Leave you with Stubby McDrinks a lot.
I've only known you a couple of days, and so far you've been pretty sketchy.
He's known me for like a day and I'm already cool.
I mean, I think it's been more than like what? It's been more than a couple days.
No, because John, like when we entered this floor is when John showed up.
Yeah, we've been here for like what, a week or two now.
No,
That's technically days though. It's nowhere close to a month.
because we flew everywhere. So like we arrived, came over here, went like a day, and then came over here like instantly within this one more day because you flew us across the island, and then we got jumped staying in the town where you talked to a bunch of shady people in a back alley.
Didn't we have to go? We went here, this way,
Yeah,
back that
that
way.
was that was all in day one though.
I think that took us more than a day to go there, up this
No,
way,
because
there, back.
once we stopped here, whenever you started flying. So then this was day like everything from here to here was one day, and then everything from like here to here was one day, and then we went up here, immediately turned back around, long rested, got ambushed, and then met the people. Then we had like a long rest. Then wait, no, the ambush was your game. In our game, we talked to the people that went to the dragon, and then we went up to the dragon, and then we talked to the dragon, sent all the stuff back. So it's been like 4 or 5 days, maybe. At most a week.
Don't forget, I came out of your jacket.
Yeah, a lot of things pop out of my jacket sometimes. I think my jacket is what gave birth to me one day.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Yeah. I just keep pulling ghosts out of there.
I've seen weirder.
But so far, we've been with you because Hawkins said you were okay.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh.
And everyone else left. No, I know. I know how we can help you break your pact. We just got to baptize you.
Bless him in holy water.
Yeah. You have the cleric and the theurgy wizard baptize you in the lake of acid.
I don't think that's how that works.
Why not?
Well, because
I
one,
have
it's
healing word. I can heal you while in the pool of acid.
I
one,
think
it's
I think
acid,
it
and
would work.
two,
I think the cleric and the wizard would know better than you. Hey, it's Elizabeth. She stopped by us a minute ago. You didn't even know the thing you were worshiping was a demon.
Yeah, dude, I think you should leave the clerical and like, faith stuff to the people who know what they're doing.
Why?
Mr.
What
Oops,
what
my
did
god is a demon.
what did your quote unquote God tell you that it takes to purify yourself?
are you asking me that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna contact them to ask, hey, what does it take to get away from this?
No, I mean like like whenever you started your faith as the God, like usually there's like some kind of ritual or something that happens for some faiths. Did you have one?
No, not really.
I was say,
Hmm.
Okay.
That's a little sus.
Yeah, that's a little sus.
I mean,
The-
as far
At
as
least
I'm
get bit
aware,
by a snake or something. God.
I just was out on a mission, doing jobs for my, in air quotes, boss at the time. Went through a door, found this
Is this
weapon.
boss the said demon?
Oh, he's just a crime boss.
Uh,
My boss.
The sword says that he was crafted over hundreds of years by a family of master smiths over generations. He is a part of a set of 12 swords. The family was called they had the surname of Eclipsian.
Mm.
And he says that they could trace their lineage back to the dawn of time itself, and their legacy of
Sick.
craftsmanship was unmatched by any other, and their creations were whispered about in hushed tones throughout the realms. And at the heart of their legacy was the set of 12 swords, each one a masterpiece in its own right. Make an insight check.
Her like jaw is open. She's aghast. Insight. Not 20.
This motherfucker has added some pretty embellished things to this story. You also don't know if he was told of this story by his creators or if he really remembers this as his creation, but you don't really believe him 100%. You probably think it's like 30% fact at most.
She kind of like her jaw opens a bit when she's like, "Oh wow!" Like through the generation, and then as he goes on, he's like, "Oh yeah, we're like a masterpiece, and we're before the dawn of time." And she's like, oh, "Okay, all right, Buckaroony." She kind of like she doesn't roll her eyes, but she kind of like squints at the sword, and she goes, "Oh, okay. Like, is this the theatrical bit? Cause that's like a cool story and all. But that sounds really cool. I didn't expect it to be like, well, smithies. I assumed more wizards would be involved in this, but that seems cool though."
It's like, oh yes, they were master smiths. They knew, elven enchanting magic and dwarven smithing magic and human kinds of magic.
Right, right. No, that's cool though. I like that. You're definitely kind of like a melody of craftsmanship. So that's cool. I mean, I kind of do something similar in the sense of like I do a lot of plane hopping, so like a lot of my knowledge is also mixed up in like kind of this miasma of experiences. I'm trying to use big words. I'm sorry. You were using big words earlier, so I wanted to like match your energy, but I'm not. I'm a simple gal sometimes, you know.
He chuckles and says, "Don't worry yourself with that. Just be yourself, and we'll get along just fine." The vision thing. When did that happen?
They would have been what I would have been praying for last night. So like while he was sleeping, he might have gotten a dream. And then I was gonna cast divination the next day.
All right.
But I don't know what he gets
Wow.
from the vision. The divination I would like go about in the morning. I don't know what he would tell me from his dreams or whatever.
All right, Ajax.
Yes.
In your sleep, you have a dream. The dream is weirdly fuzzy. It's not exactly clear. Everything almost looks like it's out of focus. You find yourself in this kind of empty space with lights kind of dotted all around you, with different colored clouds floating off in the distance. Everything has like a slight blue hue to it. In front of you is a large tapestry, and you see yourself in this tapestry, and from you sprout several lines. One of them is colored in more than the others. As you follow that line, you come to another image in the tapestry that is a depiction of a city seemingly in the midst of being destroyed. Buildings are collapsing, there's fires. As you go back and look at other lines, you get several different images of yourself in very different situations. And then you wake up.
Okay. I would definitely relay the visions I got to John, because they're not like the other visions I've had before.
Hmm. Yeah, that sounds like a vision from my god. I prayed to for you. Let's see if I can give you some more enlightenment. So do you have a specific question that you would like to ask, or do you want me to just go for it?
I say just go for it.
Okay. So we'll do divination, and then I basically just want to like Doctor Strange flick him and like show him the true nature of his god, and then like show him like what an actual god is using it is like my request in the divination. But I don't really know how to phrase that as like a question. Or like, can you show him the path to enlightenment is the question.
Ajax, make a religion check. Are you proficient in it?
No, I'm not.
Okay, then just a flat one.
There you go. 7.
Cool. Yeah, in this like kind of Doctor Strange event, John walks up and puts his hand on your forehead, and your consciousness is almost ripped out of your body as you fall back. You're in that space again of your dream, except it's very clear. It looks like a night sky, but even more beautiful. There's color and shapes that are you've really never seen before. In front of you, you see the same tragedy or the same tapestry, but in this version, the line that is thickest is actually quite a small line. It's just a darker shade of red. All of the other lines are almost more than double in width. As you look over each of the colors of the different lines to examine them, symbols start flashing in front of your eyes as you look at each one. Let's see. What gods would Ajax be familiar with, generally speaking?
Going off of background,
Yeah, what even? You're like a half orc. What is your other stuff?
so half orc, grew up out in the wilderness, dealt with a lot of criminals, and then got to this place with the military. So any gods that would have like been commonplace in like those three areas, he'd probably know about.
Of the symbols that flashed before you, you recognize some of them as holy symbols that were carried by different members in your company. You don't know what any of them stand for, but you know that all of these different symbols must be a holy symbol of some kind.
This says the chief deity of orcs is Groomish, god of storms, war, and strength. Thieves typically worship the mask. Nihilistic or desperate characters is like the maiden misfortune, Bashapa. There's the goddess Slaughter. There's Loki from Norse mythology and Faerun running around.
So the way that vision worked is it kind of just like flashed a bunch of the major pantheons that are throughout the world.
Just basically told you to
That already
natural
exist.
God.
Yeah. If Ajax tells that whole vision to John, then he would get that feeling as to its meaning, especially with the question that you asked.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, I would just start kind of like trying to, based on the like descriptions, just like listing off like random deity names that like kind of sound like that. So it's like, yeah, I guess you just need to pray.
What kind of vibe of a deity are you looking for in that avenue, or if you have thought about that at all for Ajax?
Are you asking like what kind of god he would like try to get help from or go to next? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like what kind of domain and or
I mean, if anything, probably like because he again his end goal is to do with that crime city place. It'd probably be one of those gods. Anything to.
So closer to like the
Okay.
mask, probably.
What is the mask again?
He's the god of thieves and shadows in the Forgotten Realms. Mask is the patron of ne'er-do-wells and defranchised.
Maybe that or like Talentora, Lady Luck, something like that.
Okay. Lady Luck exists, and the mask exists that you're aware of, but outside of that, you'd have to go searching the world for more. If you wanted something like different or more specific, other than going with like a standard like easy to grab 5e Pantheon, because that I just know off the top of my head a decent amount of stuff. But
He probably like if he had to choose one.
he doesn't have to. It's just a kind of direction to go for dealing with the pact in question.
Yeah, it's when you ask religious people how to like redeem yourself, they're like, religion.
So you can pick anything that you want. Like you could go like full Bahamut good guy, or you could go more in the vibe of a thievery kind of god. But whichever direction you want to go with it, I'd need to do some workshopping to figure out how I'm gonna put that in moving forward. Let's see.
Hell, you could technically just go full Loki. Because at least a trickster god is still a god. What god does
So you
Hollows?
can pick one now and start trying to appeal to the god, or you can try to workshop and get more information in the world to really pick one that you want to go with. But it really doesn't matter, since at this point it's something that's going to be worked on and added
then,
in.
like personal, like progression wise, you could technically just make a different deal with another entity if you just didn't want to go the god route.
So with that on the table, what do you guys want to do?
What is Olive's deity? Does she have like that decided at all?
Olive is more of like a kind of a mixed bag of pantheons, like or just a pantheon.
She's
She
just
follows the
polytheistic.
yeah, she's the Olympia ones.
Oh, okay.
Mostly Ares, because she is a war cleric. But it's like if she had to pick like two, it'd probably be Ares and Athena. But
Sick.
she's kind of like all of them. She's polytheistic. She can't choose. She loves them all.
I thought we were gonna go try to talk with the green dragon ?
That was a random thought of maybe the Dream Dragon has more sentient weapons.
So what you know now from last session is
there's an army of Illithid, right?
Yeah, there's enough Illithid to have an army. The Illithid are also harassing the green dragon for whatever reason.
Ooh, we can try to turn the green dragon on our side against them.
You have that one city that is considered off limits to the other towns And there is that goblin camp.
So I have something I want to do while we're at camp still. I want to kind of like walk around the corner in the dragon cave
Mm-hmm.
and open the deck of cards again and see what happens.
Sure.
I
You
just wanna-
open
You're just teasing it.
you open the metal container. You look at the deck, you count the cards, there's 61 left. But you don't feel anything strange, nothing weird happens.
Okay.
Nothing changes in
I
Ajax's
was-
situation.
Okay, I was just double checking to make sure there 9 cards didn't just start rapid firing out of the deck.
A little voice comes from the box. Pick me, Ajax.
No, not yet. I'm not gonna be that mean.
If he wants to,
Not
draw the
yet.
rest of his cards, he could do it in the city that we're not allowed in.
Do it inside the goblin camp, just in case.
No,
Yeah.
the goblins are our friends.
Yeah, you can
I-
go. You can go down at the Illithid Empire and draw all the cards you want.
So real. Oh, you know what? She's gonna ask the sword. She's gonna describe the card to the sword and ask if it knows anything about it. Because if it's old, it might know what it is. If it's as old as it claims to be.
Decent.
Yes. The magical deck of cards. You draw a card and then show it to the audience, and you put it back in the deck and you shuffle, and then you draw a card, and it's the audience's card. And that's how it works.
That's the tale I got for today.
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
That's funny.
Insight. Bloop. 16.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
Oh shit.
By the way, do we remember where the blue dragon told us the green dragon usually stays?
He's in the King's Forest.
So,
He be
like,
in the
up here?
forest.
Yep.
Like, is it this specific forest, or is this whole thing?
The whole forest on the north side of the mountain range is the King's Forest. Make a history check with disadvantage, I'd assume, because I don't think Ajax would know that much about dragons.
Four.
Womp womp.
Yeah, you have no idea where it could possibly be within that whole space.
Are these like Snow Peak Mountains, or are these just like rock mountains?
Rock mountains.
Okay.
All right, we'll pull a book and try to figure out Ajax's question to help him. So, nat 20.
Hell yeah.
You're looking for what?
Whatever.
A book about what question?
The whatever question Ajax asked. John would have like tried to pull a book out to like try to look up green dragons and like
Ah,
stuff about their place of living because he was trying to figure out more about the high
yeah.
forest area.
You find a book that is on the ecology of dragons. You flip to the green dragon section. It tells you that green dragons like to reside in forests. They will typically nest in a place where the forest is at its thickest. They are the most cunning and treacherous of all of the chromatic variants of dragons. They also tend to cause magical effects happening to the forest around them, where plants and animal life are known to somehow aid the dragon in keeping explorers and adventurers away from their nests.
So green dragons are poison breath, right?
Yes.
Is there anything about like, does it like poison the environment at all, or is it like anything like that, or does it keep it relatively fine?
In the area immediately around its lair, pools of water might become poisonous. And in its lair directly, pools of water will be poisonous. But outside of that, it doesn't really want to destroy the rest of the ecosystem because it likes living there and
To me, it's
seeing
fun.
all the animals and stuff.
I think it's funny to me for this. I think like a funny layer action for green dragons is like there's just more venomous creatures around for some reason.
That would honestly be pretty terrifying.
Also, I like the picture with the Nat 20. He just pulls out the DMG and just starts reading from it.
I mean, pretty
Basically.
much.
Basically, I just get like the Dragonology book from the Scholastic Book Fair.
See, it says right here on page 32, the dragons for dummies.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, well,
Green
that's all we
dragons
needed
also
to
tend to
know.
have curved jaws that angle upwards towards their eye and the top of their head, which
So,
makes them distinguishable in darkness.
remind me
Sweet.
again if I am flying us, how many spaces can I go?
What's your move speed for flying?
Fuck, I'm gonna have to look up that stat block again. Do you remember the name of that thing that I did last time?
No idea.
I know it started with like
Dinosaur.
It started with a Q. I think this was it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. It would have an 80-foot fly speed,
And how long can you be in that form?
an hour.
Okay.
So if I'm dashing, that's 160 feet. And it's a huge beast.
While called green dragons, they are more accurately known as malachite dragons, as they give off a very rich green material. The high force is here, right? As always.
No, like this whole thing is the royal forest crap where he could be. But we
The
went over
king's
here last
forest.
time, where like
Yeah,
those.
and we figured out that he's in the more dense area, so I figured it'd be like here.
Yeah,
But
that's where the nest would be, the densest portion.
the better question is the ninja? Are all the ninjas that were here gonna be
No,
over here?
the ninjas were like here on the
No, we
edge.
were here.
Yeah, you ran into them over here.
Oh, I thought we ran into them like on the edge of the river.
Ninjas.
Yeah, we left this village, then went like towards this place and encountered people that told us to turn around or they would shoot us.
That's about how far you could get in an hour.
Dang.
Oh, okay, all the way up there.
You want to fly us
You
to
have,
like?
if you're going in a straight direction, that's about how far you can get at that speed.
You want to fly us to like this mountain?
I mean, I can get us there.
Well, like in an
Mountain.
hour, we can just spend an hour and 20 minutes and get here. All right, or does it only last an hour?
It only lasts an hour.
So we can get
I'd
here.
have to do it twice.
And
You
just
can
do it
get
twice wherever.
anywhere within that radius. It doesn't have to be where the arrow is.
Yeah, I guess we can just go to this square for now, and then like look down across the forest.
By the way, was it you or was it Hawkins who had the speedy little thing that we were like teleporting all the gold with?
Hoggins, you sent him a message, and then he delivered the crate to us, and then we filled it with gold, and then he brought it back to him.
Okay. Before polymorphing and stuff, I would send another message to Hawkins, asking if he could do that from the what's his name, Flannel, and see if that little charger
Yeah,
thing.
has Hawkins been able to like go get those chargers yet? I don't know. Like I've just been letting you decide all of that because I didn't want to like to control the background, you know.
Yes. So
If
the
he
animal
already has them, he
messenger
would have sent them.
is on its way back to you at this point.
Right, I'm just saying, like,
He-
if he's sending the chest, it's empty when he sends it, so he can throw stuff in there to deliver to us.
okay.
So if he already has the ability to get them, then he would have delivered them during the chest transfer. But if
Okay.
it's like a thing that he still has to go get, then that's up to you.
Yeah, I also
I
just
will
have a
figure that out before next session.
Word.
Because I recently made a calendar and still have to do the math of how long it's been since the session start or since the first session.
Right.
So I'll have all that stuff for you next session.
And whenever we're putting ours, like when I'm having a polymorph back into myself, I'd be making sure wherever we're landing, we're not near any caves on these mountains.
Yeah, make perception check for that.
Because
Uh-oh.
fuck being near some caves on this mountain. Natural 20.
You are very confident that there are no caves anywhere within a at least 500-foot radius of you.
Sick.
So, where do we want to look first? Is there like, I guess, on the top of
It's
a mountain?
still very early.
Yeah,
In the
we've only been
morning.
awake for like 2 hours. So I guess we'll just like from the mountains, can we like look down on the forest and see if we see any motion from like a dragon?
Yeah, sure. Make perception checks.
Okay.
Looking for a dragon now? I got a question. Can the sword see?
I'm gonna give her guidance.
I
You
can
don't
give
know.
myself guidance.
You can get
Well, you give me guidance, I'll give you guidance.
Oh, guidance! High five!
Yeah.
Alright.
asking if the sword can see. The sword says that it can see, but not very far.
I got
And
a
he also
7.
sees differently than most other creatures do.
16.
Give me a second. 15.
The 8 perception. Low roll.
Okay.
Can my
As you guys are
familiar help her?
looking, sure.
Sick.
Wait, is my sword helping me?
No, my familiar monkey is helping you.
Oh, it is? Okay. So I just roll again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perception. 20.
22. Ooh.
22, baby.
As you guys are surveying this very large forest, a heavy mist or fog seems to be covering the treetops in most of the forest. You see a couple of trees peeking through here and there, some exceptionally tall ones. As you're looking at the mist cloud as a whole, it is at its thinnest on this side, and it gets thicker and thicker progressively as you go in this direction. As you're scanning, trying to scan the trees for movement, Olive, you notice four specks hovering decently high above the ground. They're over the mist and they're quite far away. They seem to be somewhere right around here. As you watch them, they kind of just float this direction. And once they get about here, they start to descend into the mist.
She'll relay that information to everybody. Like, look at those things. They're like flying around the mist. She's got her little hands above her eyebrows.
When you say flying, do you mean like wings flapping or just like somebody floating?
Can she decipher that like they're flying via wing?
No, they're way too far away for you to see that kind of detail. You just saw that there were specks floating. Like this was like a mile-ish off. This is an insane distance that you're seeing this. This is more than a mile, technically.
Well,
Okay.
I can't really tell. They're pretty far away. I would assume so. I would hope that they have wings, because the other alternative is that they know how to fly without them.
Well, in our experience, from being here already, there's only two, just regular magical folks like us, and then the tentacle-faced people.
Oh yeah. Those dudes, yeah, they know how to fly, but not with wings. Sometimes they have wings, but most of the time they do not. Oh, they might be harassing the green dragon. Holy shit!
Yeah, I mean, you said where did they go down?
she's gonna like point in the general direction, like over there.
Yeah, I think they're like this area, but your fly speed would cover it entirely if you just want to cast that again and fly through the woods looking for them.
I mean, I can, yeah. Does anybody like offhand know another like giant beast that can fly that has reasonable stats?
I mean, like a giant eagle, maybe.
What CR?
All the way up to 8.
What about a rock?
Damn.
You know what a rock is, yeah?
Rockbird.
Rockbird.
You're talking about
Those are-
like what we're standing on? Rocks?
No. ROK. It's a bird. It's a giant bird. They're called rocks.
Never heard
Because
of 'em.
if you get hit by them, you die like if you were hit by a rock. They're like giant birds, like you know giant eagles?
Yeah. I've seen
It's like
those.
that, but like way more territorial.
Um, let's see.
Some monsters. Oh well. Of course, those things are only a CR2.
I don't know. There's not much flying creatures after CR, like 3, I think, 2 or 3.
I would have to go outside books to find something.
If you want to, like, instead of flying, just like run, you could be like a brontosaurus. You can get all the way up to T-Rexes right now, I think.
Oh, I can do T-Rex. Uh,
Yeah, it's like
if I were to do T-Rex, would we be able to get there before the thing run out? Jordan?
You're trying to get to where those specs went, basically.
Yes.
You could, at the speed that you were moving last time, you could get there. A T-Rex.
They've got
What's
50 movement.
So we could make you like a giant owl, and then I can cast enlarge on you, so you
you
become a
get
huge owl.
you get close. You don't know if you'd get all the way, but you'd be pretty close.
You want to be a huge owl?
It was more or less so I just didn't waste a spell slot to do it. But if I can, I'll just polymorph into the big bird thing again. That thing's by far the fastest.
All right. You guys make it to where Olive saw the specks descend into the mist. You feel like you have maybe 10-ish minutes before your polymorph runs out. What is your guys' approach on landing here?
What's the fly speed on the thing that you turned into?
80.
Oh, okay. What's it called?
I'm not even going to try to pronounce it here. I'll just post it. There you go.
Quetzalcoatlus.
No, Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah, that
That's a little Galapagos.
giant fucking prehistoric dinosaur thing.
Oh yeah, rocks are CR11. That's crazy.
Or is it CR11?
Yeah,
Yeah,
rock is.
they're big beasts. They're crazy.
Well, what's even more crazy is freaking D&D Beyond. Even though I'm pretty sure more beasts have been released, it's always been the same. Everything from 8 and below. They had a few things, but I think they need to add more.
Girl. Need some more mid-level monsters.
What's your approach to landing here?
Hopefully in a clearing.
I mean, if it's just all mist and we can't see, I assume kind of just.
Can we wing beat the mist away?
You hover down, and give it a shot. You spend like 2 or 3 minutes flapping at the mist. An amount does seem to clear, but it seems as if it wants to fill back up that space that's being created with the gust of air.
Okay.
As you're now closer, you can see a bit better into the forest. You can't quite see the floor, but it is quite thick here. And with what you were looking at from above, you think that this is probably some of the thickest parts of the forest. You don't think you'll find a decent clearing here in the amount of time that you guys have.
I would say just land if possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Find a break in the trees and just land there.
All right. Easily enough, you maneuver carefully down through the treetops. As you land and start to take in your surroundings, it's almost dusk looking here with how much light is able to make it through the mist and the oh, that's not.
Oh wow.
Uh-oh.
Say creepy
Uh-oh.
music change.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Whoopsie. Whoops.
What does this one do? Oh, that
Spooky.
works. Everything here seems overgrown and almost engorged. There's an excessive amount of vines covering the trees and seemingly trying to cover up the ground. They seem to kind of ebb and flow with your footsteps quicker than you would like, but they're quite slow. They almost make way to your feet falls as you walk around. You try to listen around and you don't really hear much animal life. For a place in the forest so thick, you'd think you'd hear something, birds or squirrels or something moving through the trees that's of decent size, but you don't really hear anything. What would you guys like to do?
Well, should we head to the dragon now? Or at least try to?
I mean, we don't know where he's. I mean, I can't talk and you're just squaw.
Uh, I think John can get I think I have comprehend languages. Yeah, I have comprehend languages as a spell I can cast, and then I speak Abyssal, Celestial, Infernal, Common.
With with me being as big as I am and having like I guess you would say animal in air quotes heightened animal senses, can I try to listen for some kind of noise or something?
Make a perception check.
An 11.
I'll give him guidance.
I don't think it's gonna help me, but okay.
Roll with advantage,
Oh, with advantage.
being a bird of
Being-
prey,
Being a burb.
So
a
still
reptile of prey.
Still the 11 plus 2.
13.
Yep.
Listening in as close as you can, you aren't super experienced in using this form. You know that you do hear better in this form than in your normal one, but you listen closely. You hear occasional pitter patter of very, very light feet on the ground and some high pitched squeaking. You also hear the footfall of birds here and there hopping through the treetops. They are not flying. But other than those distinct sounds, it's pretty quiet out here.
Just look down to John and them. Squaw.
Squaw. What's that? I don't know what that rap song is, but it made me think of it.
Isn't it like Wild Freddy Wop or some shit like that?
Sounds alright. Fetty Wap rings a bell.
Betty Squaw.
Fetty Squaw.
I feel like that's a Flocka ad lib at some point.
No, it's
Squawka flocka.
I think it's definitely no walk is bow. Right, that's his like go to is bow bow bow.
Flocka.
They just say their name like
Oh,
Pokemon.
yeah, that's pretty great. I wish you Nut did that.
What?
He used to go by Young Nut, but now he's just Nut.
The nut
He
has
grew
Guess he
up.
grew up.
I guess so. He has a song called Millhouse. I think he has a song where he says he only eats fat pussy like Garfield.
Oh,
I have a question. With this
That's a
mist,
descriptor.
can I control water, whirlpool it? I'm just curious.
You could try, but you don't know what would happen
Okay,
in
okay.
that application.
what the fuck?
How long is a short rest again?
An hour.
I'm gonna go like, cause if I'm not sensing anything while while in this form, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it. And while they're trying to figure out something, I'm gonna try to take somewhat of a short rest to try to get my spell back. While they try to figure out
Sure.
a plan.
I'll let you guys get a short rest and scheme.
All right. I guess I'll like hide him while he's short resting with a minor illusion.
Just watch. I'm a master of stealth. 20.
Easy.
Like I just pull
What do you
some.
guys want to scheme? How do you guys want to move through this forest? Which direction do you guys think you should go? Are you looking for the floating specks or are you looking for the dragon?
Both.
I feel like if we find the dragon, we'll find the specs.
I'm gonna say we're from here. We
Do
go like that
wanna
way.
bring the dragon here? I could just create an unearthly chorus. Make
I
music
mean,
start playing from our location.
if you want to get the dragon's attention, I could probably certainly do that by turning into something big and letting out a huge roar.
I think we've already pretty much accomplished that by landing here.
I could also just do like thaumaturgy and start shouting really loud.
Yeah, same.
I'll just have a shouting match.
Yeah, thaumaturgy versus minor illusion sounds. We can just keep going. Bang, bang, bang. Unearthly chorus also lets me. I could make a style of music fill the air around me in a 30-foot radius. Music spreads around corners and could be heard up to 100 feet away. It moves with me, and I get performance checks with advantage and can bonus action charm somebody for 1 hour. And then deception and persuasions against creatures made friendly by the spell or with advantage. So I could possibly try to get the dragon to jam out with us for a bonus on charisma check with it.
While we're taking a short rest, could we be on like the lookout for the specs that were, we came here?
Yeah. Unless you guys want to make actives, I'll use your passes for it.
I would definitely want to do an active with warging into Lake Charles to like have a flying monkey view, like running through the tree line.
Yeah, I probably won't do active because
Sure.
mine's
What direction are you gonna send him?
From our location, I think I would go left, like towards the mountains,
Okay.
and then let's see, what's his shit? So 15 with the help or whatever.
As you guys are in your short rest, since Ajax is recovering and John is warging, Olive, can you give me a perception check? And then while you are on the lookout, you hear in your head the sword says, "The standing around is rather boring, actually. Tell me a joke."
A joke? Hmm. Let me think for a second. I usually have the cow one locked and loaded. Let's see.
Give me a different kind of joke.
Did you know Abraham Lincoln was Jewish?
Uh, uh,
what is
uh,
Jewish?
what do you call a magic dog? A labracadabrador.
Honestly, that was pretty good. I think the next time I'm going to ask you for a more complicated joke, but you seem to have this more simplistic, like one-liner format down. Very good, honestly.
Thanks. I'm good at I'm good at more like situational wittiness rather than like having jokes prepared. Like if something happens like mid moment, I can like fire off a quip, but other
Sword
than that,
forcing you to become a stand-up writer.
right? Yeah.
I think that's pretty good in the moment. Improv is really useful on stage, but you really should know how to entertain. Like, what if you have guests over, or you're trying to impress someone at court. You really should have some kind of longer format joke.
Hmm. I can try to think of one.
Try a limerick. They're always fun. They're also pretty short.
Oh, I do. I think I know one that's like it's kind of long. And it's one that I think my uncle told me one time. Let's see if I can't remember it. Oh,
You can tell me another time, actually. I need to think about that first joke format. It's been a while since I've thought about it, and I'm honestly really enjoying remembering thinking about it.
okay. Well, I'll try to remember that long form joke when you ask again.
Warging through the familiar as you're going through the tree branches. Um, you're moving at a decent pace, but you're still being cautious. making sure there's no immediate danger. As you're moving, you can see the forest floor seems to get a bit thicker as you move in this direction. You start to notice glowing flowers every once in a while. But over the course of an hour, as you're cautiously moving, you don't really find more than that.
Mm.
All right.
Did we just kind of thaumaturgy this? I'm getting kind of bored.
Yeah. It's either thaumaturgy or plugging in an amp.
You guys get the short rest. What would you all like to do?
I mean, I'm down for either one, either heading in a random direction and seeing what we find, or doing the shouting plan.
Yeah. I mean, after a short rest, for so that he can get his warlock stuff back, I think I would be down to just like start playing music in the forest.
Just in place? Y'all moving anywhere?
I mean, I'll move it around. Like
I wanna
we'll
go that
do,
way. Just a
we'll do
little-
Avatar traveling band
Yeah.
style.
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel through the mountains. Secret, 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 secret tunnel.
Okay.
To another forbidden from one another.
You do the song while walking in that direction for about 10 minutes. No immediate reaction other than the vines seem to retreat a little bit more from the sound. You guys continue walking for another hour or so in that direction. Make some survival checks or perception checks if you're looking for something specific.
Well, true survival.
Hmm.
And what are you
Natural
guys looking
one.
for with these rolls?
Well, apparently I'm not looking at anything. I'm too distracted.
He's too distracted with the song. I'm gonna do survival and I'm gonna look for any footprints or tracks, like large tracks or footprints that don't look to be like animal.
Sure.
I'm a guidance myself.
Absolutely.
Yippee! 18. Yippee! Hi, baby. Sweet banana
You
pie.
don't find any giant tracks or large tracks of any kind. What you do find is really tiny tracks. They seem to be rat tracks, and after observing them for about 10 minutes as you're walking along the forest, you almost realize that these are kind of weathered rat trails, and there's a few deviations here and there, but there is a main trail of rat tracks that you have found. What are you looking for, John?
Rat.
I think the monkey is looking for like large caves or like nesting areas, like potential nesting areas for a dragon. Is what I was going for. It was kind of like places where a dragon may live.
From your knowledge that you gained from the Book of Dragons that you pulled out, you would kind of gleam from the text that a green dragon would most likely find the highest concentration of tree growth in an area, and then either dig a hole in the ground or burrow into a hillside.
So can I just have the monkey look for big holes?
Yes. So is that an 18?
Yeah.
Okay. As he's flying along where the mountain range starts to back up to the tree line, he notices that the forest seems to get dense very rapidly in that direction. He doesn't see any big holes, but he does see a few little holes here and there. The little holes are roughly the same size as the monkey itself.
This dragon
Monkey
needs to
says,
show hole already.
Whoa, maybe it's not an adult dragon. You gotta calm down.
Well, I think even a young dragon defeats human consent age, right?
Oh, he says, I need a young dragon hole right now.
I think the last dragon that we saw was a young dragon, right?
Yeah, it was young
I think
blue dragon.
And I think he
Was-
said this one was weaker than him, but that also could have just been ego.
True. Usually blue dragons are stronger, but green dragons are smarter. It's like a wisdom v strength thing.
I just tell every dragon that they're the best.
You must be a hit.
I mean,
So if you want to follow the rat trail, it'll be survival. And you have information that the forest continues to get more dense as you move into this kind of
So I'm definitely down to go
little
in the
inlet
more
area.
dense area. I'll try to follow some rat tracks. I don't care.
Rat.
yeah, same.
I
I'm
love
down
me
for
some
it.
rats.
Can I try to like flute some rats to guide us.
Pied Piper those rats.
You can try.
Seducing rats.
21.
Just trying to get some dragon hole and some
All
rat
right.
action.
Let's see. 24 with guidance on myself.
What
Just
instrument are you playing?
A flute.
Yeah,
Bro
you
wants
start
some rat hole.
Just
busting
fluting,
out
following
some
tracks
sick
through.
reels on your flute.
Can I start
As
beatboxing?
just picturing that one like
The beatbox flute.
cut beatbox flute guy
yeah.
with like the massive mustache and fucking
Exactly.
giant gauges, and he just
Mark
like
Webber,
cuts
yeah.
in randomly. Uh, make a survival check with advantage to try to stick with this rat trail.
Rip.
And guidance. Ooh, slap. Slaps your back with guidance.
14.
Yeah, as you're walking along, you manage to
Where did that dwarf go? He's our fucking
keep
survival guy.
your eye on the rat trail. As you are following this trail, and John is playing the flute, you travel for another hour, and then the rat trail starts to become hard to see again as the forest seems to get much more dense here. As you guys are walking through the forest, you guys see the flowers become a little bit more concentrated. The rat trail seemingly takes you in a path that's mostly avoiding the flowers.
Are they tea or poison?
You'd have to steep them to find out.
Nature.
But make another survival check to see if you can stick with this trail.
Nat
I'm
20 by
helping
help. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We say the dwarf character is helping you track this.
How do I do this again?
As you're walking, and John is still pumping sick tunes out, you see a rat just start to kind of pitter patter down the trail towards you. He's probably about 30 feet away at this point. What do you guys want to do?
I clocked that rat from 30 feet.
Is he like
Crazy.
just staring at us, or is he just like coming at us?
He's walking down the trail.
Just nodding my head at the
At
rat,
about
like,
like probably a similar time, maybe a bit slower to when you see him. He it kind of perks up, looks at you guys, and he doesn't directly make his way towards you, but he kind of like follows the trail.
Careful, it could be a were
That's
rat.
like slightly windy, and it kind of timidly approaches you guys.
Is it just like a normal rat?
It could be a were rat. We don't know.
Make a nature check.
I'm gonna guidance myself.
I just remember one of my flaws was I always tell it the worst possible situation.
How about this?
Hold
Instead of just grabbing it, I have the little spectral hand like float where it's laying flat, and he can like be lifted up, because I assume this rat weighs less than 5 pounds.
Don't touch the rat.
I'm not touching him. I'm just gonna lift
28.
him up.
Why are you accosting the rat?
I'm not accosting him. I'm giving him a platform.
Whoa! He didn't consent to that
Whoa.
yet.
Okay, Dan Schneider.
It's
Calm down.
I'm
Okay,
giving
Shane
him a
Dawson.
social media account with 20,000 followers.
Okay, Shane Dawson.
Olive. It looks like a rat to you. But it's the biggest rat you've ever seen.
Okay.
John, you also think that this is just a normal rat, but it is very large. It's almost twice the size of that a normal rat would be.
Oh, that's a huge fucking rat.
Yo, I've heard of these rats. They're called New York City rats.
Dire rats.
The fuck is New York City?
I think that's the layman term for dire rat.
Does this rat look like it's more than 10 pounds?
Are you fucking
Maybe.
wishing the rat?
It doesn't. I don't think it would be
Is this
over
a rat
10
a fat
pounds.
piece
No.
of shit?
It could be. It's huge. It
I want to shake
it'll
its booty
crawl
in the
over the
air.
hand.
So giant rats in D&D are up to 30 pounds.
Dude, that's like twice the size of a fucking rat.
But a
'cause-
giant rat, wouldn't that be like a large category?
It's not like a true giant
No.
rat. It's just it's a normal rat that is bigger than a normal rat.
Giant rats are still considered small creatures, but they weigh up to 30 pounds.
Oh jeez. Fuck it. You can pick up this rat with your hand.
Cool,
Uh,
thank you.
The Forgotten Realms wiki says giant rats could be up to 4 feet long and weigh over 50 pounds.
Dude, he's taller than me. What the fuck?
Look,
No, I'm kidding. I'm over 4 foot, but that's hilarious.
just because they put fucking
can ride
Biggie
this
Cheese
rat.
from the fucking Barnyard movie on that fucking wiki page, I mean...
I just
Mr. Bombastic.
I wanna pick him up how a toddler picks up a fat cat.
I won't bird. No.
I'm just gonna lift him up to eye level. Not close to us, but just, at least within the 30 feet eye level.
I just saw that you changed your status to the thoroughbred of sin.
I changed that a while ago. Like almost as soon as you said it, like 2 minutes later, I'm like, that's too much of a banger for me to not do that.
As you pick up the rat, it squeaks a little bit. When you pull it close to your face, it kind of looks at you,
I'll pull it
squeaks a
that
couple
close to my face.
times. As you hold it like 5 to 10 feet in front of your face, it squeaks at you a few times, and then it just kind of sits there.
Does anybody speak rat?
I speak abyssal at the rat.
Whistle at the rat. What languages do I speak? I know Sylvan. Does the rat know Sylvan?
It seems very scared of you now.
Okay. I'll switch to Infernal, see if that helps.
Oh, stop scaring the rat.
She's doing Sylvan. I don't know.
It does not help.
Okay.
Damn it.
What about Celestial?
First casting domain expansion on the rat. Stop. So
The rat
mean.
seems very confused.
Oops, I didn't mean to click that. But
Mr.
I
Rat,
mean,
do
I
you
did mean to
speak
click it.
English?
You give the rat comment. You can also give it Sylvan so that only you can talk to it.
Real. I could give it Gnomish.
Yeah.
Does the rat look sentient? Or smart in any capacity?
I mean, I would assume if it let me pick it up and it's not actively running away from us.
I can message the rat. It fits the requirements.
It's just 25 words. It's nightmare, 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 nightmare.
Just celestial nightmare, nightmare.
What do you say to the rat with tongues, Olive?
Oh, I was just thinking about it. I wasn't actually casting it. I didn't mean to press it.
Okay.
I was just looking to see what it said.
Can I message the rat? We come in peace.
I'm gonna speak to the sword through telepathy. Do you speak rat?
You know what I set up? Can I try to like Emperor's New Groove Crunk speak to him? You know, squeak, squeak in, squeak, squeak.
You try to like pig Latin that bitch.
No, that's how your raccoon has to talk.
Hey, my raccoon has an intelligence of 10. He has the firm grasp on common.
No, I'm saying to talk to
Firmly
animals,
grasp it.
like your beast speech that you have.
Oh, okay.
The rat squeaks in response to the message.
Okay. Yes. Squeak, 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 squeaker, and squeak. I
He
relay
just
the
called you a
message.
slur.
I relay the message to my party. I squeak back in it. That's what he said.
He just squeaked back.
Yeah.
It squeaked verbally. It didn't
Oh
squeak back in the message.
Oh, okay. So you just said the word squeak.
no.
No,
he
like it
squeaked.
responded. Like
Okay.
it started squeaking after you sent the message, as if it's responding to the message that you sent.
Okay, just out loud. Okay. I just
It's
I
like
just
it
got
hears
it.
your voice in its head, and it's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I really don't want to have to waste another spell slot to fucking
Hold on,
transform to a rat.
I'll just cast tongues. It's fine. Hold
Alright,
on.
I'll make a female rat.
I mean,
That's
you
my
could put the
knowledge.
rat
You've already
down.
stop. You're just making it worse.
Who wants to put the rat down?
No. Hold on. Let me pop this back in the chat. Okay. I'm gonna calmly go over to the rat, and I'll put a hand on the top of its little head, and I'll give it the ability to speak.
Alright, I'll use my mind
Make an
illusion to give it a
animal
little
handling
hat.
check.
Okay, I'm gonna guidance myself before I do that.
Can I use my mind illusion to give him a hat and a mustache?
Stop!
Nah, man, give him a fucking gold chain and a
And a beanie.
yeah,
red
a
beanie.
beanie.
They called me Mr.
Hold
Bombastic.
on, I'm gonna rip this roll apart.
Damn.
23. I be handling that animal.
Yeah, you do have a background with animals.
I do.
Yeah. It seems to work. Let's see. Yeah, it seems to
I make it speak
when the
Gnomish.
target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target and understand what it's saying. So, okay.
You spoke a language I hear. Everyone speaks.
Yeah, he'll speak in a gnomish accent, whatever
Yippee!
that means.
It sounds like Nomeo from Nomeo and Juliet.
I'm glad I've never seen that movie.
What
to
the
know
fuck is even that?
It's a terrible
Isn't that just
movie.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yes.
With Smog.
I'm just picturing that movie that Den told me about like a couple weeks ago. That's Romeo and Juliet, but they have guns. And then my brain goes to or no, that's is it Romeo? Yeah, I think it is Romeo and
Yeah.
Juliet with guns.
It's
And then I
It
go
was.
to like the like like hood language version of Romeo and Juliet, where it's like
Hey yo, where you at, Romeo?
yeah, pretty much. But still like super Shakespearean. It's honestly fantastic.
Romeo, where you at, Romeo?
Literally
Romeo, where
picture
art thou fucking Romeo?
a shit children's animated movie. That's what it is. That kind of
Nah,
like
it's a whole. It's a
Anyway.
production. It's
Are you talking about the one where he's like, do you bite your thumb at me, sir? I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. Would you
Yes,
bite your thumb? I
yes.
do bite my thumb, but not at you, sir.
and then they
Yeah,
pull
yeah,
out a
that
gat
Yeah.
and kill each other.
the rat says put me down. Put me down.
I'm sorry, I'm not responsible for these two. But hold on, and she like waves for him to put him down. Put the nice rat down.
Doggy?
Yeah, he's so sophisticated.
Hey, stop being mean to the rat.
I think I could respect him if he had an Irish accent, but
Anyway, sorry to bother you, Mr. Rat or Mrs. Rat. I can't tell. I'm not gonna look down there. She like puts her hands up. She's like, I'm not looking.
What do you want? Why are you in the forest?
We're looking for a green dragon. Have you seen one around?
What do you want with the master?
The master. We're trying to help him because we heard that he was getting harassed by like tentacle monsters.
Follow
good.
me.
All right, cool.
He will
Word. Just follows her.
he will straight up take that as factual and
the rest of us are just like, what did the fucking
Right.
rat say?
He rolls an inside check, gets a nat 20, and it's just like her vibe is so pure. He believes.
I
anything
think all
she
of you
says.
hear the rat.
No,
Like
she's.
you understand
Yeah,
it
it just gets
speaking.
the ability to speak.
Well, I thought she said she
It
made
does.
it speak gnomish.
Yeah.
I gave it a gnomish accent, but
Oh,
all of
okay.
you understand it.
Yeah, it so like it lets the creature have the ability to understand any spoken language it hears, and when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can understand what it says. So like even
Doesn't
if
matter what it
it's
speaks.
yeah, even if it's like speaking a different language, you can understand what it's saying, like through basic means. So like if it says hi, you know that's a greeting. So like, it's basic shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
It's a gnomish accent for you guys, but for me, he's like my neighbor.
I posted the illusion on a rat.
this this rat is like traumatizing the rat. Stop doing that.
He looks so sophisticated.
That's not a rat, dude. That's a mouse. Dude, who's that baby doing a thumbs up? I'm stealing that. That's so me. That baby's me coded. Anyway, we're following this rat now.
On the road again.
Talking to a rat. Now he's my friend again. I assume it's a he. Again, I'm not trying to look at its little cloaca. Not my business.
Do rats? I don't think. Do rats have those?
No, rats do not have a cloaca.
I
I
was
was
about to
being
say.
hyperbolic.
What, you don't want to hop
Right.
on the John train and look for some, in his own words, animal hole?
Yeah, no, I'm not interested in finding animal hole. I'm all set on that. I've had my I've had an early lunch. I'm good on Animal Hole.
After another hour or two of walking,
Blackness.
you all could drop your tokens towards the bottom right side of the map.
Okay.
Oh dear lord, I gotta zoom
Jesus,
out.
that's forever. I'm gonna give this rat some water.
What a big map. I can't see shit.
I can't see nothing.
Where'd you say bottom right?
Yes.
I'll put mine on the bottom right.
I put mine
There.
into an inky black void of nothing.
Same, but you know.
Let's see.
Following a rat through the woods.
You don't have any of the lights shared, so we can't drop on.
Torch.
If you make it so that players can edit and control, that'll make it so they can move them around.
There
or
you
shit.
go.
Don't worry, I got dark vision. It doesn't matter to
Fair.
me.
Well, basically, you gotta have this to simulate your dark vision, because if you don't, you're kind of fucked here.
God damn it. Give me my damn torch. Where's the rat at? I'm following my rat boy.
Let's see.
If you stack your thing on top of each other, then drag and highlight your thing, you can move.
Oh
up
yeah,
onto
I know how to move both of them at the same time. I was just not moving until I see my rat friend.
Okay.
He's the leader of the squad. Must
just-
wait for
I'm just
him.
used to people not knowing what's how to
Well,
do
I
things.
assume we're gonna follow the path, the kind of like dim lit road in the middle.
Bruh. You just assume any road is a rat trail.
He assumes
He assumes.
this is a road.
Man.
I see shrooms.
Yeah, I found a red shroom over here.
Oh
I love-
shit. Oh right.
Oh
A
shit!
fey portal. Let's
Alright.
go.
Okay.
Me no likey fey portal.
Oh no! I knocked a thing over on my keyboard. My screen's
Rats!
all wonky now.
Oh my god, it's rat!
Oh no,
I
it's
love
Lucio
him.
Paul again.
Lucio.
Okay. The rat. Where the fuck did Ajax go?
In the tree.
Oh.
You played.
He's swinging around.
The rat will
Oh, that's the rat. Okay,
move
cool.
around this tree. And he will stop at this tree line. And he will turn to you all and say, wait here. I will go and see if the master will accept visitors.
Namaste.
Okay.
And he
Oh,
scurries
and
off.
before he goes, she like raises up a hand really quick. Hold on. And she's gonna reach into her pouch and just pull out one of like the random gems that she got from the cave. And she's like, "Here, give him this as a gift, I guess, like a token, being like, hey, they wanted to give you this and asked to see you, type thing." And it's like it's a gem like about the size of her palm.
What kind of gem is it?
It is a emerald.
All right.
Just the size of the rat.
Big ass fucking emerald. No,
Maybe we
it's
could
like the
just
size
tie
of her
it to him.
palm. He could
Yeah, I don't
put
know
it in his
how
mouth.
I would. That's
Oh, okay, hold on. She'll bring out like a little pouch and put the emerald in it, and then take the tie end of the pouch. And she's like, "Can I tie it to your tail?"
I can carry it in my mouth that way.
Oh, okay, cool. And she'll just put it, just be like, say, "Ah." Put it in his mouth.
He'll bite down and scurry off
I'll like pick up the
into
back end
the
of it with mage
forest.
hand and like follow him. With
You
the mage
what?
hand. I'm like making the mage hand like help the weight a little bit as he runs off.
Oh god, my screen
Alrighty.
just like reset. Oh god.
Oh god.
I saw like every single box.
I sold every quarter of the world.
I
All the-
accidentally saw the dragon my B. Well, actually not really my B, but roll 20's B. Eh. I want to be in front.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
I don't want to be a cat. I want to be an opossum. I'd rather be a marsupial.
You just want a pouch?
Yeah.
Alright.
Would you ever rather have a possum pouch or a kangaroo pouch?
They're functionally the same thing. It's just a matter on like size. Plus, I don't think I'd want to have like 3 vaginas. I don't. I'm not really cool with that. I think I'd just stick to the one.
As you guys are
Like
shooting the
this
shit
furry vet.
out in front of the this thick tree line here, the rat reemerges, and he says, "You will be taken to the waiting chamber. The master will meet you there. Follow me." And he will start to move through this extremely thick tree line.
The brush. I take it.
As
He
you
liked me.
guys move through here, it is extremely difficult for you guys to progress, and all of these bushes are full of thorns.
I'd be wearing
What's
armor.
all of y'all's AC?
19.
18.
Can I reduce size to get through here easy?
You can give it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, shrinking down, you find it easy enough to maneuver. Though it is still difficult. You are not harried by these thorns.
Cool. So just half movement or whatever. Tiny John running around.
Oh my god, he's smaller than me. How tall is John normally?
Like probably like 5'8".
Damn, so he's like 2 foot something.
Okay. As you guys are
He's so whittled.
moving through here, you guys will take some piercing damage as you go. Let's see. Wow. 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 You guys will take 8 piercing damage as you reach that middle junction area. As you
First of
Start
all,
to
do
wrap
we take
around.
half or none?
You
or-
don't take any.
Oh, okay.
Three more piercing to that, and you guys will end up at this wall of vines. The rat will scurry up, and he kind of passes over the line of the ridge at the top of this wall of vines.
I guess I'll try to follow him. Was that like a thing?
No, it seems easy enough. The vines are really thick and sturdy here, making it pretty easy to climb up.
Yippee!
The rat kind of moves into the center of this area, and he stops and turns and says, "The master will be with you shortly." And he wanders off.
Okay, thanks.
So, are these statues? Or are they like broken statues?
These are statues. But these structures here seem to be some kind of inscription based thing. They're kind of around like mid-thigh height on a 6-foot humanoid. So they're not too tall. And the inscription seems to be exclusive on the
You said exclusively, then you like lagged out a little bit.
around the base of the structures.
Can I use intelligence to play math rock on a lyre?
Sure.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
Sounds fantastic.
Can I try
Oh,
to
you're really good at that.
look at these statues and see if I recognize them?
Sure.
Are these just like skeletons?
Yes.
Oh. Are they like humanoid skeletons? Like humans? Or
Yep.
just, like... Oh, okay.
Make a history check.
13.
No, you don't recall anything with this specific imagery, or any of these for that matter. They seem to be more in the style of like local heroic figures rather than more wider reaching names. They are carved though.
They're carved, though, is what I heard.
Beautifully carved.
Okay.
As you guys are waiting,
Can I look at the statues and stuff just for like a religious connotations?
sure. No, none of these statues seem to have any relations to any deities that you know of.
cool. Don't care then.
You guys hear a sloshing coming from this direction. As you hear loud thuds of approaching claws. Let's see. The green dragon begins to slither over a lip of the cave as it extends further into the side of this hill. It moves towards you guys and stops. It leans down and it says in common, "Thank you for your generous donation.
You're welcome.
What do you seek as you trespass in my forest?"
She turns to like the other two guys.
Well, we came here to see if we could make a deal with you, just like we made a deal with the what?
Don't. Oh, I think we're just trying to tell him that we're here to fight the people that he has been harassed by.
Curious. You come wanting to fight those squiddy things?
Yes, they are a real nuisance. We don't like them very much.
Yeah, they already tried to kill us once upon a time.
Why do you come to me?
We heard that they have been harassing you, and we thought we may aid you as like we scratch your back, you scratch ours slightly. We have some information about where they stay and some of their numbers.
Interesting. What would you want of me? What are you planning?
Well, we want to find a way to rid this place of them personally, but we were curious to see what your thoughts on them were.
Yeah,
They annoy me. They pester me constantly, encroaching on my wood.
Yeah, because we heard from a pretty reliable source that they attack you on the regular or try to attack you.
Interesting how you would come across that kind of information.
Well, I can tell you from
I do not particularly like them. I do think they should be dealt with in some manner.
by the way,
What are you wanting from me?
since he's been standing here, can we tell if this is like looking around like the same age as the other dragon? Or if he might be older.
Well, I assume personally with your victories against these creatures, they are vulnerable to your great poison. We could, if you provide us with it, we could try to flush them out with dumping poison where they are known to live. They must be under the city that we were at.
Did Jordan finally lag out?
I don't know.
I think
He's
so.
The-
dead.
I
We
think
stumped them.
he lagged
Wait.
out.
Quick, steal the rat.
Steal the dragon. He's our pet now. Haha.
Oh, he's giving him.
Yep.
Yeah, there he goes.
I've claimed the dragon.
He's got the dragon hole. He's unstoppable.
Just keeps recharging breath weapon, breathing down the sewers. Just
I cast slow internet. I'm gonna use here the dial-up tone.
I guess someone DDoS.
I cast banishment and it's just a DDoS attack.
To just get swatted.
SWAT is a 9th level spell.
It's power word kill.
It's so diabolical.
Oh, I have a way of, like, I guess we both technically have a way of dealing with the lake now, final.
Yeah.
Because she's a cleric, so we can both just control water the lake out of the way. We can just Moses this bitch.
But I mean, that only lasts for 10 minutes and then, like,
All we gotta do is walk across the lake, right?
yeah, but you don't know how deep it goes. That's the whole thing. Because we can't swim in it, and then if you don't make it to the next landmass in 10 minutes, guess what? That water just boom slams back on you.
Well, there's
It's
two of
like
us.
Moses if he couldn't hold the water.
There's two of us, so we just alternate, right?
Take turns
I'm not
holding the
saying
water.
it's not a creative plan. It's just it
Because
depends
like
on
with the
distance.
two of us in our spell slots currently, we can do 40 minutes of control water.
It just depends on distance and how deep the actual lake it goes, because you have to walk on the
I think she can also get water walk.
Does acid count as water?
It's acid water. It was described as the water is acidic. So
That also begs the question: if you walk on top of acidic water, does it burn your shoes and your feet?
I don't know.
Or do we go by Naruto rules and you're protected by your magical chakra?
I just wear rubber boots.
Jesse, you gotta get the one that has this particular symbol, or we can't melt the bodies.
You can also just like fly us over now.
Yeah, I mean, like, turning into the big bird is nothing.
Yeah, I wonder how many people we can fit on you.
Considered huge in that form, so whatever. What is the
I can enlarge you
size chart?
so we can make you one category up from huge.
Gargantuan.
Yeah, and then we could just put the whole town on you and fly them to the center of the lake.
So for height, for huge, it's 16 to 32 feet.
See, like I would argue that if I cast enlarge on a giant bird, that it should make the movement speed go up.
Well, if you go by this stupid size category table thing, there's a lot of stuff that's supposed to happen when you go up in size. Like when you're a gargantuan, you're supposed to have a -4 to your AC, a +12 to special attacks and modifiers, a -12 to your hide modifier.
Okay,
Uh,
all those make sense.
you have a 15-foot reach.
Okay,
Uh, uh, your weight is 16 tons to 125 tons.
yeah.
You are 32 to 64 feet in height or length,
Uh-huh.
and you take up 20-foot space for sure.
Oh. You're about the size of Whitebeard, right?
Yes, I don't know how tall Whitebeard is.
Yeah. He's pretty fucking big.
But the funny thing is, like, when you go in the opposite direction on this, instead of taking a minus to your AC, the smaller you get, the more AC you get because you're just harder to hit, I guess.
Whitebeard was 21 foot 10 inches.
Yeah, he's size category huge. Gargantuan would be bigger than him.
I just know his like spear that he uses is like 30 feet long.
Yo, bro, turn me into a gargantuan T-Rex.
Yeah, boy, let's go.
The deadliest of all animals.
Yeah,
And then I just need
eventually.
one more casting of that, and that can be colossal size. See, that would be a good response to like a Tarrasque popping up. You just boom, transform
Godzilla, somebody.
enlarge colossal T-Rex versus
Just go Power Rangers. Summon Godzilla.
and I guess Jordan truly did shit the bed.
Yeah, he posted it in the thing. He said his internet's down, it seems. Wrapping up a session with the conservation went further, so I guess I'll wrap up there for now. I'm going to try to get the back up. IDK, how long it'll take.
Damn.
Oh, rip! I didn't see it. It didn't even make the noise on my end.
Bloop.
Oh
There's
well.
too many torches out.
Well, I guess I'll stop the stream there because don't have to upload a longer video then.